I remember a time when I lived just for the weekend. A time when going to work 6 days a week, working 10 to 12 hours a day seemed normal. It's easy to say life is short when the majority of it is spent slaving away at the corporate grind, just counting down the days until you don't have to work anymore. I hear a lot of people say, I can't wait for retirement. Well, neither can I. That's why I'm living now. I'm a drifter, a nomad, a vagabond. I am an outcast and a daydreamer. I am a through hiker. This may be the land of the free, but the busy lives we lead off-trail leave us very little time to enjoy that freedom. But when you're standing at the southern terminus, with thousands and thousands of miles ahead of you, suddenly you have all the time in the world. Time to listen, time to feel, and time to see things in a way you never have before. No more alarm clock telling you when to wake up. No more boss telling you what to do. No deadlines or schedules. And no more highway traffic. Those prison bars have been removed. You do what you want, when you want, and how you want. All you have to do is walk. Day in, day out, for the next 6 months of your life. Sounds easy, right? Well, there's only one way to find out. Lace them up and get to walking. Freedom is never free. It comes at a price. And on a through hike, that price is pain. The human body is an amazing machine. It's capable of withstanding more pain than any of us will ever know. Why? Because we've been conditioned. Conditioned over the years in our concrete jungles. With our air conditioning, water on tap, and our comfy beds, to not have to deal with pain. We surround ourselves with as many creature comforts as we can to avoid even the slightest discomfort. This is not what we were designed for. We were designed to move, to adapt, and to thrive, no matter what lies ahead. Thru hikers may not be the fittest people on the planet, but our tolerance for pain is greater than most. When you're 5 days from the nearest town, you have no choice but to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Those who complete a trek from border to border do not do so because they were the strongest physically, but because they were the strongest mentally. A through hike is as brutal as it is beautiful, and only those who are willing to embrace that brutality will find themselves still standing when the day is done. I've always said it is your body that carries you the first 1,000 miles, but it is your mind that pushes you to the finish line. You have to convince yourself that it is possible first. Self-doubt will only make it hurt more. Nobody wants to crawl out of a warm sleeping bag when it's cold outside. Nobody wants to head back up into the snow after a hot shower in town. And nobody wants to make the decision to call it quits before reaching the finish line. The willingness to endure physical pain when nobody is forcing you to is what makes you a through hiker. The devil on your shoulder will always appear when you're most vulnerable. It is during these times that your mind must be the strongest muscle in your body. Learn to accept the misery in your mind, that there will always be something trying to get you to quit, and your body will do the rest. Your body is a machine, but that machine requires fuel, and a hell of a lot of it. Remember when you were a kid and you used to gorge yourself on candy until you were sick? Well, on a through hike, eating like a kid is a necessity. A through hiker burns 5,000 to 6,000 calories every single day. The only way to consume that many calories is to eat junk food until your heart's content. If you're sitting, you're eating. If you're hiking, you're eating. And when you get to town, food becomes priority over a shower. Nutella, Nutella, Nutella. This was my addiction on trail. I couldn't get enough. Without calories, your mind will never have a chance to convince your body to keep pushing. So when you think you've eaten enough, keep eating. There's never enough. When you're on trail, calories are king, and this is your kingdom.
Let's go places.
Despite your stubbornness for constant progression, your body and mind will begin to shut down after 2,000 miles. It's inevitable. This is the time when you must be relentless. Nothing is going to stop you from reaching that finish line. Nothing. The only way to do this is to make your world as small as possible. Realizing you still have 1,000 miles to go will crush your willingness to keep going. You have to ask yourself, can I walk to the next town? Can I walk to the next water source? Can I walk to the next tree? At this point in your hike, your life is broken down into 1/10 of a mile at a time. Taking just one more step is more than you thought you could do seconds, hours, and days ago. This is how barriers are broken. Be relentless in your pursuit for greatness and never settle for less than what you want. Fairy tales are stories of trials, transformation, and triumph. For the past half year, you've been living yours. But up until this point, the story is only 2/3 written. You're the one holding the pen, and only you can write the ending that you've always dreamed of. The mountains haven't become smaller, the weather hasn't stopped changing, and each step you take hasn't become less painful. So how is this story gonna end? The life you left behind months ago no longer seems real. You now understand what is necessary for happiness: food, water, shelter, clothing. Life doesn't have to be complicated. Simplicity is more than enough. You are no longer the same person you were when you took that first step thousands of miles ago, and you'll never be that person again after taking that final step on this journey. Eating, sleeping, and walking is all you know, and you've become damn good at it. You've accomplished more than most even dream of, and that's something to be proud of. Whatever struggles you find yourself confronted with from this day forward will never compare to what the trail has pushed you through. You've learned to appreciate the gift that is life, and will never take that gift for granted again. They say that through hiking will ruin your life in the best way possible. There is always one more mountain to climb, one more river to cross, and one more step to take. You are now a through hiker.